All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius out at the range today, as promised. Back out here with the Stoger STR9F. I just said I was going to run some more rounds through it. I invite you to go over and check out the initial, I guess initial thought video that I put up on it, and some of the things that I said about it, and how that I liked the trigger on it better than I do a Glock trigger. I like the feel in the hand, of course, better than I do a Glock. And it was accurate enough. I had only put 100 rounds through it. I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with it with the 3 white dots on there. That's not my favorite setup, but it already has your metal guide rod in there. Again, more that can be said about what you get with some other platforms. 3-slot pick rail. Again, 117 round magazine, and it does have some interchangeable palm swells on here, but you'll have to order them from Stoger. So again, just go over, check out the video that I done, going through the first initial thoughts, weights, lengths, heights, all of those types of things. Today I'm just running it. Again, I can't put 1,000 rounds through the gun, but so far it has been flawless through 100 rounds. Today I'm going to put mostly Blazer brass and a little bit of MagTech 115. And I'm going to also run a magazine of Plus P and then a magazine of 147, see how it handles that. Before I get started doing that, as always, I just want to invite you to know Jesus Christ as your Savior. If you don't know what that means, a lot of people surprisingly do not. Reach out to me in the comment section. Ask any questions you might have. I would be more than happy to answer any question you have and share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ with you. So either way, without further ado, let's just get right to shooting this thing. Again, I've got about 150 rounds through it so far. Gonna try to put 150 through it today to get it out to 300 rounds. And I think that'll be a pretty good judge of what you can expect from this firearm. And also, just straight out of the box, no oiling other than what was on there from the factory, has not been cleaned or anything like that. And so far it's just been a good gun. The only thing that I said about it was the serrations could be a little bit better. The way that the frame sticks out significantly further, in my opinion, than does the slide that resides in it. It kind of makes it difficult for me to get a really good purchase on those front serrations. But again, with the rebate offered by Stoger right now, I paid $150. Well, no, I'm sorry, $159 for this gun. So you won't hear me complaining about that. Did I happen to mention to anyone how much I hate freaking white dots? I just hate them, especially on the back. It is so distracting to me. Back in the day, that's all you would get, right? You get Glock, you get most other firearm platforms. That's all you would get was white dots. And then they kind of changed it up and serrated, blacked out the rear and just made the front white, which made a huge difference for me. But I don't even like a front white dot, Give me an orange, give me a red. I mean, heck, I don't like green, but give me a green. I don't know what it is. It's just, everybody's sights and hands are different for every gun, but it's just hard for me to pick up a white front dot. It just is what it is. I mean, once you get yourself used to, obviously the sight system, it's definitely accurate. It's definitely an accurate gun, definitely a fun gun to shoot. I mean, it doesn't, manage the recoil like some do, but again, $159. Like, come on, if you're balling on a budget, you need something to protect yourself, this is where you need to be. Get it before the rebate runs out. Order it from PSA. If you have a local PSA near you like we do, pick it up in the store, save the shipping. $159. good grief, that's a complete steal right there. So either way, that is, whatever that is, 32 rounds. I'm going to do as I normally do and just kind of overlay with some just some shooting. Then I'll come back and I'm going to run, like I said, some plus P, some steel, and I'm going to run some 147 through it, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so here we go. So the reality is I've been getting 16 in the 15 round magazine. Did not realize that I could do that. Maybe the spring got a little weak with use, and because it, at first I wasn't able to do that, I can assure you. So it's actually been a little bit more than 150 rounds today after these two magazines. So what I did, I got a little weird, get over it. So the first, I believe, 8 rounds, maybe 7, I don't know, we'll have to count them off and see, is my 147 jacketed hollow point Winchester. It is not plus P, it is just defensive ammunition, and then the rest of it is steel ammunition. So it's just my MagTech steel ammunition that I use a lot when I run steel through the guns. So we're going to go with the 147 and we'll count them off. I think there's 7 in there. Guess I should have counted. All right, one more of those. Didn't even count those, so I don't even know how many that was. All right, so we have 8, it looks like. 1 in the pipe, so that's 9. So if I was getting 16 in there, what is that? Was I right? 7. 7 rounds of JHP 147. Now I have steel ammo, the MagTech. Looks like 9 rounds of that, counting the 1 in the pipe. The last gun I reviewed, it wouldn't run this steel ammunition, so let's see what happens. Well, one thing is for sure, that that 147 was some pretty accurate stuff. A lot better than I thought it would be. Either way, I have the plus P in here, and I know I say it every time, and people's like, why do you say that? Well, I had an incident one time back before I ever started filming videos, where I had a gun that was rated for plus P, as is this one, and about 3 rounds in, the slide, I still to this day don't know what happened, but it was almost a traumatic, it was a traumatic event. It was almost catastrophic. And so I've always been sketched out with, some guns. I don't know why when shooting plus P through them. It's never happened again. I don't know what happened to that gun. I'm not going to say what gun it was. It wasn't CZ or H&K. It wasn't a Glock. So I don't know. Maybe I might, I don't know. Ask me in the comments section. If I'm feeling good, I might tell you what gun it was. But maybe I'll tell you what. Guess what gun it was that flew all to pieces on me. Promise you, it's not going to be what you think. And I don't know. What you tell me what you think you should get, the winner should get, if you guess right. If you guess right, the winner gets to pick what video I do next. Man, that is a dangerous, dangerous thing. So that's what we'll do. And I'm only going to leave the guessing open for the first 24 hours that the video was up. That's what we'll do. First 24 hours the video was up. If someone can guess what gun flew apart on me shooting plus P ammunition, even though it said it was rated for that, we'll let you decide what video I do next. Either way, plus P. Like I said, I have, what I say, 9 rounds. Is that what I said? Heck, I don't remember. 9 or 10, I don't know. 9 or 10 of the plus P. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't get a grill bashing with a slide. Well, other than not locking back on the magazine, it went off without a hitch. Not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's a pretty hot round, and not as bad on the recoil. So this thing mitigates recoil really well. No, not like a Staccato. No, not like the Prime or some of the guns that I've reviewed recently. But for what this is, full-size gun, feels great in the hand. $159, not sure if I mentioned that. You totally should go out and get you one of these guns. I have never had a single issue of any kind out of any Stoger that I've ever owned. I know some people that hunt and stuff that talk a little trash about Stoger shotguns, but I personally have never had an issue out of Stoger weapons. They have been good for me. This one is no different. Actually, a little over 300 rounds through this gun between the two reviews. So it's probably been, what, I don't know, 311, something like that. No issues at all. Totally can recommend the gun. Go out and pick you one up. Stoger STR9F, the full size. It does only come with one 17-round magazine, a cardboard box, and a mag loader, which you really won't need. Other than maybe the last round, it's fairly easy to load the magazines. Thanks so much for watching. Consider supporting us on Patreon. It's the only way. I literally just had to buy, and still going to have to buy, another lens for this camera so I can zoom more. It's going to end up, by the time it's all said and done, $2,500 on a camera to film these videos. So it's expensive to do this. Consider supporting us on Patreon. $5, $10 a month. You can go to the website, make a one-time donation at gsquaredtactical.com. Click on the 3 lines in the corner, pick a tier. You can wipe out the pre-installed amount in the name your price. There's a box beside of it with a preset amount in there. You can wipe that out, put in there what you would like to donate. We get almost all of that. You can also do super thanks. If you can't do any of that, if you can't monetarily support us, be sure to subscribe. If you don't want to watch the entire video, once you're done with it, you've gotten what you want from it, throw it down, mute it, and let the video play. Let the ads play. That's how we continue, or able to continue to do what we do. Thumbs up, subscribe. If you think you are, be sure that you are. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the kind comments. And as always, to God only be the glory.